Mabuhay, momshies, popshies, beshies, and crushies! I'm Adia Rodriguez and welcome back to another video of home quarantine vlog. And you may be wondering, why did I just make a 3-minute video talking about coronavirus, especially in my problematic country, I'm sorry. And the answer is simple. In serious talk, guys, our country needs help. And we know that's kind of hard to ask because even other countries are going on and on about this, but I think Philippines needed a little spotlight on today's situation. Well, not today, on the worldwide situation. So, let me explain, studio. So, to make it a little shorter for you guys to understand in a bite-sized way, the Philippine government isn't really doing a good job in responding to the pandemic. It could be better, but here's the thing. We obviously always want a quick response. They have to act immediately, they have to act professionally, they have to deliver to us. And yet, the quality of it, like say give it in a project that you have to pass last minute, it's not good. Yeah, the response of it was, again, immediate. Like the basic needs of food, money, because, oh my god, everybody's going inside their houses. It's driving me insane, but put it in a context where, like, you know, it wasn't effective in a way. It was effective for a few months, few days, few weeks, etc. But it wasn't effective enough for the long run, which really had a major backlash to us Filipinos, which was really not the case for everyone at all. People from different classes struggled to even make few money for a day, and yet they had to go through this lockdown and all. Families lost their jobs, children are having a hard time going to school. It was pure, I don't even know how to describe it, pure madness, too much. It's basically just a mess. That's all I can really say about it. And you know, it would be fine. Like obviously the government will think of a beautiful, perfect plan to like fix all of this, fix everything. You know, like to get it under control. Like it was getting under control. It was just that something kinda made it a little worse, and that is the government's kind of at their fault on this. Now, I don't know if it was just a big coincidence that this happened, but along the way, we established a bill called the Anti-Terror Bill. And again, that's another problem in another video, but to put it in short, like this one, the Anti-Terror Bill goes against one major rule in basic human rights, and that is having the freedom of speech. And everyone knows that not all nations are good, not all nations are, you know, just like Sweden or Wales or anything. It's kind of sucky, and we kind of need that power to have a voice. But what the government decided, and out of all the times we could just have this bill, is right now. In the long run, we had to pass this bill called the Anti-Terror Bill, and in another video, another explanation, TLDR, basically, it goes against one major thing in the human rights, and that is simply the freedom of speech, which I, for once, want to protect all the time, because as much as I love my country, I love my government, it's pretty flawed in what I can say. And everyone, even the people who are so pro-government, would admit it, that it's really flawed that our government is doing this. And one thing led to another. There was a rally in UP Diliman. Everyone probably heard it on the news. Everyone heard that, they put up this Gundam in the middle of UP to have a theme for this rally, and in fairness, it was pretty fun. But there was one thing that went on. In a few days, cases started rising up. I don't know what happened, but I think it's from the UP rally. And still, the bill passed. And I am so mad. In one case to another, we went back to lockdown, which was not talk at all, but I mean, let's be real. What are we gonna do? Infect ourselves? That's stupid. And we start getting back together naman. We slowly build up, ways to get money at home, provide services, then slowly start opening shops and malls, then even opening the entire mall. And it was just getting better, just one day at a time. However, though it may have seemed fine during the long run, the long days, the long weeks that we have to stay in our homes so long and with our yuck na family, the government, as much as they seem like they helped a lot, had a few bumps during the time. To their response, some in the people's aid, there was frontliners even coming up to the government asking for their aid. And as much as the government would love to help, they can't always do it. And they could have worded it in the most nicest way possible, but my God, when they said, do your job right, it started a major controversy. And as much as I'd like to say that, yes, they had a little argument and stuff and went back and forth and stuff, that really didn't happen whatsoever. It was just left there and that. And, time went on. It wasn't, bad at all. It was just like us building ourselves back up together to get back to that point where we accidentally tipped it off into it going back to lockdown. And in fairness, guys, the government could have done a better job, or at least a more planned and effective way to control this pandemic in our country, even in provinces that is so hard to live in, that are so rural and so poor. They could have responded so much better. And in what I believe and what I think and what my opinion, people, don't cancel me on Twitter or anything, I believe that, rather than having to jump in already to go in and respond to the people's aid, to respond into the frontliners' aid and stuff, the government could have just thought of a solid long-term plan to provide, to aid, and to just take care of the country. The guidelines that you've given us during this pandemic, and as much as I could say that, oh, we have everything okay at home, some of us, not some, a lot of us are not, we don't have enough things available in our home, and yes, we can't always rely on your reliability on giving us these stuff that we need. But PH government, please, at least, please, have a sense of open-mindedness to other people who are in different living conditions. We're not all in the same class. We are poor, we are in the middle, and we are in the top. And as much as, we are trying so hard, we are losing our jobs, we are losing everything we have during this pandemic. And with your responses back to us, it's so not helpful at all. So, in the end, it was just a mess. But, we still powered through it. We still pogged through the pain. We're still going hard on it. And I am so happy that we managed to make this far, even though we lost so many others. And that is basically it. How I believe that not everyone is privileged to follow these guidelines, and that's why there's so many other people just nagging on how the government isn't helping or how useless it is. But I see it as an a non a non strong plan. So in the end of the video, we know that it's just major unfairness to other people. And with me telling this to you, the viewer, I want you to learn about some of the oncurring problems in the government and the response, because they don't think it's helpful. They think it's helpful that they're saying these. They're not even apologizing to these responses that they're like using, and their methods and their way of controlling could have been something else, but no, they had to go through this one. So to you the viewer, I want you to know that you have a choice and you have a mind of your own, but please be open-minded on the fact there are other people here. Just like opinion making, just on, some things are not relatable to others. And that, my friend, is the end of the vlog. Thank you and good night.